Hi guys, it's Mr. Jackson here to read chapter 38 of Everwild by Neal Shusterman with permission from Simon and Schuster. Chapter 38, Last Train Out of Memphis. Milos raced as fast as he could with Allie, staying away from the living, just in case Allie found strength enough to skin Jack and escape. He had no idea whether Mary's force had captured the train. If they didn't, Allie would be a bargaining chip. If they had, Allie would be a valuable prisoner. "I saw her thoughts, Milos," Allie said weakly as he pulled her along. "You can't go through with this. Mary hasn't told you everything. You don't know what she plans to do." But he was already overwhelmed with things to think about and didn't need this. He was confused and more than a little bit scared about what would happen now. And that just made him angry. "Quiet," he told her, "or I might just have to push you into the ground myself to silence you." "Do it," said Allie. "I'd rather be there than have any part of Mary's plan." "It's not her plan anymore," he told her. "It's mine." They came through into the clearing where the train rested on dead rails. Milos spotted Speedo right away, shouting frantic orders. The airship's ground team had just arrived, which meant the Hindenburg had been cast off. They had captured the train, and Mary's plan had proceeded without her. The entirety of the ogre's army had been squeezed into the last train car. It had been Mary's idea, something she learned from Pugsy. "Afterlights can fit wherever you put them," she had said, and she was right. There were hundreds of them in that car, faces, hands, and elbows pressed against the windows. It was a kind of purgatory until they came around to Mary's way of thinking. When Speedo saw Milos, he looked worried. "Why aren't you with Jill at the bridge?" Then, when he saw Allie, his afterglow began to falter. Something went wrong, didn't it? What went wrong? "Lock this one up somewhere special," Milos told Speedo. "But be careful, she's clever." And regarding some of his suave composure, he winked at Allie. "A little too clever for her own good. But maybe she can be, as Mary says, rehabilitated." "Mary's not back yet," Speedo said. "We can't go till she gets here." Milos hesitated for a moment. There was no easy way to tell Speedo the truth. "Mary will not be coming back," Milos said. "I am sorry." "You mean the ogre defeated her?" "The ogre is gone," said Milos. "They are both gone." Speedo was shell-shocked. He wanted to know everything, but there was no time, and Milos wasn't quite ready to share. "All we can do now," said Milos, "is to finish what she started. But how are we supposed to go without her? Go on without her?" "Oh, I think Mary will always be with us," Milos told him. "We can be certain of that." Speedo had Allie strapped to the very front of the train, facing forward, and Milos allowed it. "I was thinking something a little more comfortable," Milos said, "but this will do just fine." "I am not a figurehead on a ship," insisted Allie. "Today you are," Milos told her calmly. "You took away Mary from her children. They would prefer that you were tied in a bag and set to the center of the earth. But I told them no. I told them that we must show you compassion the way Mary would. Hate me all you want, but I just saved you." "Forgive me if I don't thank you," Allie snapped. Then Milos got closer to her and said, I can forgive you for everything, except for taking her away from me. I will not forgive you for that. Then he went to tend Mary's masses, leaving Allie lashed to the front of the train, with a better view than anyone else of the path ahead. The train had come to the end of its tracks as it reached the river. It could go no further, for the trestle that ran down the center of the Union Avenue Bridge was very much a part of the living world. There were no Everlost bridges that crossed the mighty Mississippi. The train waited as Moose, Squirrel, and Jack and Jill arrived and came on board. You must be Allie the outcast, Jill said, as she passed the front of the train. Then, glancing casually at the way Allie was all trussed up, she said, cute. Allie suspected what was about to happen, but wanted to believe it wouldn't. She held on to that hope until she saw and heard the explosions. The first detonation took out the bridge's eastern tower. Then its western tower blew just a few seconds later. Girders tore apart like confetti and flew in all directions. The rail trestle gave way. The traffic lanes collapsed, and the entire bridge plunged into the river, taking dozens of cars with it. As Allie watched, wailing in the anguish of this terrible scene, the thoughts that she had dug out of Mary's mind came back to her. Some will be sent into the light before this day is done, but their sacrifice will pave the way for the many thousands we will save. Thousands, Mary had thought, and even then, that's only a start. And so the bridge came down, killing all those who were on it. But out of the smoke of its destruction, a memory of the bridge materialized as solid and as real as anything else in Everlost. The Union Avenue Bridge had crossed into their world. Although the wind would not allow anyone to cross the Mississippi by foot, by boat, or even by airship, a steam engine could beat the wind. All it needed were tracks. Allie, still strapped to the front of the train, was the first to inch out over the bridge as the train pulled forward, challenging the Everlost wind with the brute force of its engine. It roared at full steam, and although the wind struggled to hold it back, it was no match for such a powerful machine. In just a few minutes, the train crossed the river, rolled onto a dead rail line on the river's far side, and chugged forward with Allie unwillingly leading the way to the vast western unknown. Wow. That was chapter 38. That was a really sad chapter. Man, a couple things happened in that chapter. First, what do you think about Milos's treatment of Allie? On the one hand, he didn't send her to the center of the earth. He saved her. But on the other hand, that's kind of humiliating that he put her on the front of that train. And it also kind of put her in a position where she had to watch. She was really, really scared. Remember, she heard Mary's thoughts when she was jacking her a couple chapters ago. And that's what she was so scared of. She knew that Mary wanted to destroy this bridge and was scared. Was scared, and she wanted to stop it. She was trying to stop it, and instead she had to watch it happen. I'm wondering what you that's pretty bad. I'm wondering what you think about. Why do you think Milos did that? And so then I just, like, we just saw a lot of destruction. Mary was willing to kill thousands of people. And it seems like she kind of thought some of them were going to come into Everlost, which she thinks of as saving them, but she's actually killing them. Because remember, the afterlights, everyone in Everlost, they're ghosts. They're people who have died. So Mary just did a really horrible thing. And I think that the other goal of that was that she wanted to make train tracks so the train could cross that bridge and get past the Everlost Wind. So that was a really, really lot of destruction and a lot of just mass killing, mass death. And yeah, you know, we've had really, really horrible things happen in this world too. And I'm just wondering, like, how we make sense of that, and how we kind of make things right in a world where stuff like that can happen. Yeah, it's really sad. I think it's really important that we, you know, that we don't ignore really bad stuff that happens, and that we kind of think about it, and we sort of try and make sense of it, and even if we can't fully stop it, just kind of do our part to just do our part. So that was a pretty short but pretty deep chapter. So man, we are like something like 2 chapters away from the end of the book. So I'm excited to see what happens next. That was pretty rough. So thinking of you guys. Yeah. Looking forward to finishing the book and getting started with the next one. Bye.